All right, and we are back here on the GSMC Football Podcast. And for the second and final part of the show, we are going to talk about Saquon Barkley once again. The Giants did indeed not use the franchise tag on him, and now he's going to be a free agent. And they also didn't use it on. There was speculation that maybe they could have used it on one of their safeties, Xavier McKinney, but that ended up not happening as well. So both of those guys are free agents, and yeah, I think this is probably it for Saquon Barkley and the Giants. I've kind of said that since the beginning. I don't know. I just feel like that this is it. They couldn't agree on a long-term deal when he was franchise tagged last year. I don't think it's going to change. And of course, he's getting older, and again, another season where he was hurt. But they could have traded him, and they ended up not doing that. So, now they're going to kind of lose him. They might lose him for nothing, essentially. But Joe Schoen did say that it was possible they could use the franchise tag on him, and that ended up not being the case, which I think most of us kind of figured. I didn't think they were going to use it on him. And Barkley definitely didn't want it, because Barkley wants that long-term contract, and the Giants, it doesn't seem like that's going to end up happening. And, it's unfortunate because, Barkley's kind of been, a Giant for a while now. It's, since 2018, it's been a while. And now he might end up playing somewhere else. And I think he should. I think he should go somewhere else and play for a team that has a chance to do something. And the Giants are a team right now, they're kind of ways away. After 2022, it looked like, okay, took a massive step forward. They're ahead of schedule. And then in 2023, they took a massive step back. And I don't know where the team goes from here. I really don't. I think also with this regime, with Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll, they did kind of inherit a little bit of a mess with what Dave Gettleman left over for them. And they want to mold this team into their image. And Saquon Barkley was not. I mean, listen, Saquon Barkley is, when he's healthy, he's an explosive player. But, now it's at the point where he's going to cost them a lot of money, and they're not willing to do that, it seems. I mean, again, they could sign a deal tomorrow, and I could say, all right, well, I was wrong about that. But I think for Saquon, he's a free agent. I mean, he wants to stay a Giant, but at the same time, go somewhere where you can win. The Giants are a team that is not in position to do that. The NFC East, right now, it's the Eagles and the Cowboys. It's just, I mean, maybe you could fight for a third wild card spot, but it's just they have so many problems. Offensive line's still an issue. Their weapons, their pass catchers, quarterback. It's just that they have so many problems on this team. If you're Saquon Barkley, go to another team that gives you a better chance. That gives you a great chance to win. There are plenty of teams out there. And the favorites, supposedly, are the Texans. Now, again, that's just it's a rumor, and that's a team I said I'm on board with that. Go to the Texans because they need running backs. The Ravens also could be a possibility as well. Talking with one of my coworkers last night who's a Ravens fan. Because, J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards are free agents. Maybe you go there. He did say he wants Derrick Henry. So, but for Saquon, I mean, go to a team, and we saw the rumors with the Chargers. They could be in on Saquon. Even though their cap situation is, the Texans are in a great situation with their cap space. The Chargers are not. They're going to have to, get rid of some guys. Saquon going to the Texans, that would be great. I mean, with how C.J. Stroud played, I mean, and Devin Singletary did a nice job. But if you bring in Saquon Barkley, that only just elevates the team and the offense. So I think that would be a great spot for him. You're going to a team that, that team was ahead of schedule. But I think this Texans team definitely better than the Giants team from 2022. I think so. And I think mostly it's because of C.J. Stroud and what he was able to do. Because and Daniel Jones, he did well with less too, like C.J. Stroud. Because after what the kind of season that C.J. Stroud had, and you saw what Nico Collins and Tank Dell were doing, the Giants receivers from 2022, you had Darius Slayton and Isaiah Hodgins. You would take Nico Collins over Tank Dell, you would take them over those guys any day of the week. I think that this Texans team, I would probably take them over the 2022 Giants. But again, that has a lot to do with, like I just said, the quarterback. So if you bring in Barkley, that's again, it's only going to elevate the team. But again, there's other places that he can end up on. Like I said, the Bears are another team that could maybe, dip their toes into the Barkley sweepstakes. And again, he could always return to the Giants. I just don't see it right now. I just feel like it's best for him if he goes somewhere else. But it all depends on, the money too. Because his asking price could be something that, teams say, yeah, we're not willing to do that. And then, he might have to lower his price a little bit. I think Barkley still has a few good years left in him, but does have an injury history. He's been injured a lot. I think really the only time he wasn't injured was his rookie season. So, I think 2021 I feel like he missed some time. I have to go back and look, but his rookie season he was healthy. Then the following year he missed some time. Daniel Jones rookie year, 2020, he tore his ACL. He's missed games. Actually, in 2022. Well, let's go back and look. Let's see. He played in 13 games in 2021, played in 16 in 2022. So, and he played in 14 games in 2023, but again, was hurt. But, obviously once he came back, it was nice that the Giants at least had a playmaker on offense, because it's just something that they've been missing. They were missing, and, Barkley, he's the engine for that team. And, the Giants don't have really anything else going for them when it comes to playmakers. They drafted Jalen Hyatt, and, it doesn't help that the quarterback position, he went from, Daniel Jones to Tyrod Taylor to Tommy DeVito, then back to Tyrod Taylor. It was a tough season for them at the quarterback position as well. And now who knows what's going to happen with Daniel Jones. There's some rumors out there that the Giants are done with him, and, they really regret giving him that contract. And, they could be looking to draft a quarterback, and who knows? Who knows if Daniel Jones is going to be, from what I was hearing, who knows if Daniel Jones is going to be ready for the start of next season. So if they draft a quarterback, is that who's going to be starting week 1? So they just have a lot of issues. And it's unfortunate, because after 2022 you thought, okay, they're only going to trend up from here. And that was not the case. After they lost 40-0 to Dallas, like I said, I knew where the season was going to head. It was heading towards pretty much a disaster, and that's what happened. So now they got to regroup, and they're going to have to continue this rebuild, and it's going to be without Barkley. and they're going to have to, most likely without Barkley, and you're going to have to figure out the quarterback position one way or another. It's going to be through the draft. So we'll see who they end up taking. Again, they have so many issues. So, you draft a quarterback, now you got them behind this offensive line that hasn't been good. There's really one spot that's solidified, and that's your left tackle with Andrew Thomas. So, and I mean, I'm hoping that Brian Dable and Joe Schoen figure it out, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. The Giants have just been going in circles for years now, and people thought after they made the playoffs, they beat the Vikings, that okay, yes, they did lose to the Eagles badly, but you thought they were going to be competitive throughout the season. They were going to be a team that was going to fight for a playoff spot, maybe fall a little bit short because the schedule was tougher, but it went in the complete opposite direction. So, and yeah, Giant fans, I know are probably upset with potentially losing Barkley. But it's it kind of seemed like it was always trending that way. Because if they weren't able to agree on a long-term deal, it's not going to work out. But who knows? Who knows? Again, he could sign a long-term deal, and I'll come on and say I was wrong. I was wrong. But at least for the moment, it looks like he is his time with the Giants is over. And, again, I think it's better for him if he goes somewhere that, the team is in better position to compete for a championship. Because he'll help whoever. I mean, there's plenty of teams out there that could use a running back. And there's a lot of running backs that are available right now. So, we'll see what happens with him, with Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Tony Pollard, DeAndre Swift, all those guys. We'll see where they all end up. But, at least for the Giants, it looks like Barkley and the Giants are might be parting ways. But we'll find out. We'll find out. I mean, at least the Giants are going to... I think what their plan is, and this is what from at least watching the Michael Kay show, at least what Don LaGreca was saying is, let the other teams, or it was either him or Michael Kay, one of the two. You have Barkley go and test the market, see what you can get from other teams, and then he goes back to the Giants and see if the Giants match that or not. And if not, then they're then they'd officially be done. But we'll see. Again, free agency is upon us, and we'll see where guys potentially go. So yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it with the show for today. Again, a shorter show, only 2 segments. But don't worry, tomorrow we'll be back to the full hour. Friday as well. So just for today. Yeah. But let me know what you guys think about the Barkley situation. Let me know what you guys think about the guys that were franchise tagged. Let me know in the comments below. So, yeah, with that is all the time that we have for today. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back again tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And until then, Kenneth Grunfelder signing off from the GSMC Football Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Have a good day, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.